This is your sign that everything is going to be okay. When you are manifesting, when you are calling in something new into your life, I know exactly what it feels like to have every single limiting belief come up and to feel like you're not worthy, like maybe it's possible, but it's just not possible for you. Like you just don't have the energy to do it. It's not something that you have the time to do. Whatever the thoughts are, I know what it feels like to have every single limitation come up and not be able to focus on just manifesting, on just creating the thing that you want to create for yourself and taking your life to the next level. Whether you're trying to enjoy a new level of romance, or you are trying to upgrade your finances, upgrade your friendships, whatever it is that your goal may be, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest and upgrade, I know what it feels like to have every single doubt come up as to why you can't do it. And I'm here to remind you that when you are aligned with your intention and you are acting from a place of love, you are acting from a place of owning your desires and being your authentic self, the universe will assist you. God will assist you. The divine energy, the energy of the cosmos, the matter around you will assist you. The people around you will assist you, whether they know it or not. It's so common that when you align yourself with an intention and you're showing up, you're energetically claiming the manifestation, the people around you will act in a certain way that will actually help the desire manifest for you. But they're not doing it with that intention. Maybe they're even doing something that is actually hurtful to you, or it's actually something that upsets you or makes you feel like, oh, why are they doing this to me? But then you realize that that action is what led the manifestation to come to you. You know, it's actually so funny because someone that had originally come to me for relationship coaching with her current guy, she thought this man was the one. And the weirdest thing happens as we're working together, as we're doing the inner work, and she's upgrading her energy and her mindset, the guy starts acting up. Like he starts doing weird stuff. I'm not gonna go into details, but it's just like, almost like, why would you do that, bro? Like, you have this amazing woman, like, it's just weird behavior, right? It didn't make sense because she was improving herself, and logically, right, that means that your partner should then upgrade themselves as well and match your new calibration, your new energy, your new frequency. But no, he was doing the opposite. He was like getting worse and worse and worse, almost like he was rebelling against her growth. He was trying to almost like trigger her back to where she was before instead of having to upgrade himself to where she was going, right? So at that point, like, it got to a place where the relationship had to end. Like, he was not improving, and she valued her peace and her growth more than the toxic relationship. So whatever, it happened. And then literally a week ago, this new man came into her life that is the exact description of her love list. So if you've been watching my relationship content, you know what a love list is. Basically, you just write out exactly what you want in detail and you manifest it. But literally every single thing, like, it's almost creepy because she put very personal and like weirdly specific things on there, and like those things add up. So I don't know. I'm telling you, this works. Sometimes it creeps me out how much it really does work. But she met this person who is now like the exact match of what she wanted originally, but she was settling for the guy that she had in her life because she thought that's what she could get, right? But instead of focusing on trying to meet someone new or force him to change, she focused on herself. She invested in herself and she focused on her desires and what she wanted. The relationship ended. It was really sad. It seemed like he was doing everything against her to hurt her. It seemed like he was trying to hold her back, but really he was doing her a favor. He was removing himself from her life so that she could be open to meeting this new man that seems to be like the perfect match. So we don't know where this is going to go yet. It's very new. It only happened a week ago, but it goes to show you, like, certain times it'll seem like the people in your life are going against you. They're literally hurting you. But in reality, they are helping put you in the place where you need to be to have the manifestation that you want. So all you need to do as the creator is stay in that desire, stay in the frequency of knowing that what you want is there, it's available to you, and you're just waiting for time and space to line up perfectly for you, right? But at the same time, you have to be investing in yourself. You have to be investing in actually taking some inspired actions and putting in effort towards your goals, because even though we are divine and we are spiritual, we are still in a physical reality. We are still living in the 3D, so we have to also take into consideration physical actions, habits, behaviors, opportunities in the space, right? You could be manifesting your dream job. You could be manifesting being able to not have to worry about money, like live, work from home, have a flexible schedule, like have the perfect, free, independent, financially stable lifestyle. You could be manifesting that. But in order for you to actually be able to bring it into the 3D and not just enjoy it in your mind, you're going to have to take some actions. You're going to have to, start a business. You're going to have to find a provider, right? You're going to have to invest and create passive income streams, right? Like if you're trying to start your own online business, the fastest way to do that and the simplest way to do that is to start creating content, right? Everybody enjoys consuming content on a certain level. Maybe you enjoy entertainment. Maybe you enjoy personal growth content. Maybe you enjoy educational content. Maybe you enjoy how-to videos or reviews of something, right? Look at your current hobbies. Maybe you're interested in makeup. Maybe you're interested in yoga. Maybe you're interested in tennis or wood carving. Whatever it is that you're interested in, take your current hobbies, your current interests, and find a way to create content about it. You know what's so easy and so underrated? Reviews. Taking stuff that you already own. Maybe it's a hobby that you really like. Maybe you like fishing, or maybe you love doing your makeup. Just simply doing reviews about makeup, or doing reviews about certain nail polish products, or showing people how to do cool designs on your nails. Take the hobbies that you're already doing. Maybe you like trying out different fishing equipment, different like lures, and which lures get certain types of fish. Or maybe like certain like rollerblading tricks or certain ways to do hair. Like, girl, I don't know. I'm just thinking of random stuff to try to help you start brainstorming a little bit. But whatever it is that you're interested in, find a way to create content, do reviews, do how-to videos, take your current interests and knowledge and start creating something of value that could help somebody. Through that journey, you will find a way to monetize. Either you'll get brand sponsors, either you will be able to start selling your expertise in the form of coaching or the form of programs, or you'll create some kind of product. Maybe you love fishing so much and you love all these lures and you've been doing these review videos, and then one day you're like, you know, what if I changed the lure and I designed it this way, and then you go and like have it designed or something, and then you just came up with a new invention. Now you're selling your own product, right? Or maybe you really like a specific type of dress, a specific type of shoes, and you find a manufacturer, right? And then you do drop shipping, or you buy wholesale amounts and then you sell it at a higher rate. Like, there's so many different things. And like, obviously, if you're looking for a step-by-step on how to take your desires and turn them into monetized passions, passive income streams, then you can check that out in my Divinely Compensated course. I go through that step-by-step, and you have more access to me to kind of work out exactly how to get yourself started, how to keep yourself on track. I always recommend investing in yourself, even if that means not taking a course but doing something else. Like, whatever that may be for you, invest in yourself. Don't just think about this, like actually do something about this information, because when you are manifesting, you cannot just have the idea and watch the content and know the advice. You have to apply it. You have to apply it. And when you authentically start to apply this, it's really going to make the biggest difference, okay? There was this, so as you know, like I've worked in the modeling industry, I've worked as an accountant, I've worked as an assistant, I've worked in marketing, I've worked in sales, I've worked a little bit in legal aspects. Like, I've worked in so many different industries, and oh my God, I've worked in real estate too. Like, I forgot about that one, but I've done a little bit of everything. I love learning about new things. And so the thing that I've always come back to personally is teaching, because I love learning things, mastering things, and then teaching what I know to the people that don't know that much, right? Like, obviously there's a next level of real estate that I didn't specialize in, but I do know enough of the basics to where I could help somebody get started from zero, right? You have to find that passion for you, that thing that you like to do for the sake of doing it. My friend, he is a multi-millionaire in real estate, and we met like a couple years ago when I was more in like the real estate energy, like I was more in that field. I have always, no matter what industry I'm in, I've always been big on networking and getting to know who else is here and making friends in the industries that I participate in. But he literally said to me, he said, Patty, in life, you don't get what you need, you get what you want. And I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I was literally like very confused for a second, because I'm like, what are you talking about? Now, keep in mind, he's not the type of person that was like born wealthy. Like, he's very much self-made. So I do take that like more of his advice, because I didn't come from a wealthy background. Like, I would be more industrious, especially 2 years ago before I met my boyfriend, before I'm like in this like fully provided for lifestyle. Like, this was at the time where I was having to work for myself. So yeah, I definitely was taking that to heart, but it really like sunk in, and it took me a moment to really think about, because at first I'm like, oh, of course he would say that, like he's rich now, like whatever. Like, at first I took it a little bit off, but then I'm like, you know what? I understand what he means, because in life you don't just get what you need. Like, oftentimes you see like the things that you need the most, you don't get those things. Like, they're just like whatever. But the things that you want, even if you don't need them, you get them right away. Like, I see people, they need to go to the doctor, they need to go get a checkup, they need to go buy some new shoes for work, they need to clean their car, they need to like do certain things that are responsibilities that they need for their life, for their well-being. They need to learn, they need to start a business so they can be free, they need, you know, to work on themselves so they can have better relationships. Like, all these things people need, but they don't do. But you know what they don't need? They don't need to binge watch every season of the newest thing on Netflix, right? They don't need to go out for drinks tonight. They don't need to go to the club on the weekend. They don't need to hang out with their friends or do certain activities or go on a vacation. They don't need these things, right? But they do them. Why? Because in life, you get what you want, not what you need. So yeah, that quote definitely stuck to me, and I'm so glad that he reminded me of that when we spoke recently, because it really like puts you full circle. Like, when you hear something in a certain state of mind, it means one thing, but then, or you just don't hear it at all, you're just like, whatever. And then when you hear it again, you're like, oh, now I get it. But sometimes you just have to learn a little bit, grow a little bit, and go through it. But when you have a desire and when you want something, you'll get it. But it's your job to want the right things for you and to focus your energy on getting the things that you actually want and not just the things that you have available. So we are taught to want certain things, but that doesn't mean you actually want them. You know what? Some things that I thought I wanted, I didn't actually want them. And then the things that I really wanted were like the most obvious things that I like stopped myself from having way earlier. Like, this is such a silly example, but like, you know, there's a lot of fashion trends always happening, and like, I remember growing up, like, I wanted more attention because I felt like I didn't get enough attention in my family and like just in general. And so I always wanted more and more attention. And so obviously, as you learn fashion trends, you're like, ooh, like booty shorts, crop tops, like show cleavage, do this, do that. And then I started getting like a lot more attention. And then when I got it, I realized like, this is not the attention that I wanted. I don't want attention anymore, right? And then I learned like, it's not that I don't want any attention, it's that I want attention for the right things. So it's something that I thought I wanted because that's what everyone was talking about, like, you know, growing up, especially as women, and I'm sure as men too, like on the reverse, but as women, you grow up, like, there's a certain phase where you go through a point of like, oh, in order for me to be happy or like be cool, like guys have to like me. I'm sure every woman goes through that at some point, and then I'm sure guys go through that in like the reverse. But then you start doing things just for that validation, just to get that gratification, and then when you're getting it, you realize like, oh, like that's not what I thought I wanted. So make sure that you're really tuned in with what you actually want and not just what you think you want, because maybe what you think you want, you do want it, but you want it in a different way. Because there's many different ways to get things too. Like, there's many different ways to get attention. There's many different kinds of attention. The type of attention that I thought I wanted is not what I actually wanted. And once I realized that, everything else kind of lined up perfectly for me to get exactly what I wanted. So half the battle is knowing exactly what you want, and then the other half is manifesting it. Okay, so if you're just like manifesting, and you haven't asked yourself what you really, really want, and you're confused as to what you want, like maybe today you're manifesting this thing, and then tomorrow you're like, no, I don't want that, I'm gonna manifest this instead. Like, if you have really wishy-washy energy around that, stop manifesting and just take a moment to like think about what you want and why you want it, who told you to want that, did you come up with that on your own? Did you really come up with that on your own? Did somebody tell you? So self-reflection is very, very important, but you don't have to have an advantage. You don't have to be the best person in the world, but you do get to decide how your life gets to go. You get to decide where your attention gets to be. Where your attention goes, that's where energy goes, and that's what's going to manifest. So I hope that helped. I will see you in the next video. Love you. Bye. Mwah.